Hello there. It's Mamma Donna. And this is usually sing along time, but what we're going to do today is a little exploration into our breathing. With the pandemic, there's been a lot of trouble with people's breathing. And so I have been studying different ways of breathing and found that the nostril breathing, or what the yogis call Nadi Shodhana or pranayama breathing. It's known as alternate nostril breathing, and it can have a profound impact on your body, mind, and nervous system. It carries a larger supply of oxygen to the blood than regular breathing. It soothes the nerves, helps to still the mind, and balances the subtle energy of the body. So I thought for today, we could try some of that. Pranayama actually means life force, and it's focused on breathing exercises that help to restore the body. So what we're going to do today is breathe through the right and left sides of our noses, which helps to balance the masculine and feminine energy within. Now, many people teach this by taking your right hand and putting the 3 middle fingers down so that you have your thumb and your pinky free. But I find this difficult because of things that I'm dealing with. So I just use the pointer fingers on both hands. Okay, let's begin. First, we're going to close the left nostril and then take a deep breath in through the right side of your nose. We're going to do all this breathing in and out through our nose. Now, as you're breathing, go ahead and let it out. But as you're breathing in, see if you can feel your back opening up. Because as you may or may not know, most of our lungs are in our back, because in the front we have the heart and all the other stuff. But our lungs are much bigger in the back of us than in the front of us. So think of your back expanding and just allowing the air to come in. You don't have to gasp or suck in air. You never have to take another breath, because you're just going to allow the air to move in and out. Okay, let's try that again. Start on your right side. Close your right nostril and let the air come in. Now plug the left nostril and let the air go out of the right nostril. Okay, now breathe in through the right side and then close it and breathe out through the left side. Now breathe in through the left side, then close it and breathe out through the right side. Now breathe in through the right side, close it, breathe out through the left side. Good. So the experts call 1 round when you're breathing in through the right side and breathing out to the left, and breathing in through the left and breathing out through the right. That's a round. And typically they say you perform this 5 to 9 times. I don't know why the difference, but I'll find out for you. So let's try that, and I'll give you a little breathing music while you're doing it. Okay, here we go. Breathe out loud. Breathe in peace. Breathe love. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Breathe in peace. Let yourself breathe normally. How are you feeling? You may have noticed as you breathe in and out through your nose that the air is warmer. That's another benefit to breathing in and out through our noses. The air that comes into our bodies is closer to our body temperature, so the body doesn't take so much energy to process the breath. Also, we have these little tiny hairs in our noses. And what they're there for is they act like filters. So if we're breathing in through our noses and out through our noses, they catch any things, dust, whatever, and keep it from going into your lungs. So there's another benefit of breathing in and out through your nose. If you can learn to breathe in and out through your nose, it will help you even when you sleep to stop snoring. There's another benefit. And also, I find this very interesting. We actually need more nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide in our bodies than we give ourselves. The common thinking up until recently had been that we need more oxygen. And so we take these big breaths and we hold all of this breath inside. And actually, we need the opposite so that we can process all of the different energy going around inside of us. So the nasal breathing creates the nitric oxide. In fact, recently, the hospitals have been using inhaled nitric oxide for the critically ill COVID-19 patients. So we can make our own just by breathing in and out through our noses. But you don't have to take my word for it. Patrick McKeown, I believe that's the way you pronounce his name, discovered buteyko breathing, which is the nasal breathing. And he has many videos on YouTube talking about the whole concept. I'm going to play just a little for you because I like the way he talks.
So breathe light. Now I'm going to have you practice the exercise, but before that I want to look at the relationship between stress and breathing. I think in adults certainly stress is a big aspect in changing breathing patterns. And how do you breathe when you're stressed? Does your breathing get faster or does it get slower? Faster. If you're stressed, will you breathe using your upper chest or your diaphragm? When you're stressed, do you sigh more or do you sigh less? You sigh more. When you're stressed, do you breathe more or do you breathe less? I know some people hold their breath, but generally we will start breathing more. We breathe faster, we breathe more noticeable, we often breathe through the mouth. That's how we breathe when we're stressed. But then we're often told to take a deep breath. What I'd like you to do is take a deep breath. So did you increase the speed of it? Yes. Was it like a big sigh? Yes. Okay, you're aware of nose breathing, so we're not going to have oral breathing here. But was it a noticeable breath? Yes. And if you were to look down at your chest, you'll see it's upper chest breathing. And taking the instruction to take the deep breath is endemic. You hear of it everywhere. We have this belief that the more air we breathe, the more oxygen delivered to the cells. But oxygen transfer takes place from the blood to the tissues in the presence of carbon dioxide. You breathe too hard, you get rid of too much CO2, and the bond between oxygen and hemoglobin strengthens. It's called the oxygen dissociation curve. But the other aspect is, light breathing through the nose, you harness a higher concentration of nasal nitric oxide. And nasal nitric oxide enhances oxygen uptake in the blood. To breathe through the nose, you activate the diaphragm. Activating the diaphragm and breathing through the nose will help activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The slower and lighter you breathe, the more you bring your body from a state of stress into relaxation. You need to do the opposite to the deep breath. And that's what we're going to practice. So what I would like you to do is, instead of breathing faster, I would like you to completely slow down your breath. Instead of sighing, I would like you to have regular breathing. Instead of breathing through the mouth, I would like you to breathe through your nose. Instead of noticeable breathing, I'd like you to have soft breathing. So I'd like you to put one hand on your chest, one hand just above your navel. And I would like you to tune into your breath. I would like you to feel the slightly colder air coming into your nose and the slightly warmer air leaving your nose. To feel the slightly colder air coming into the nose and the slightly warmer air leaving your nose. Can we influence your blood circulation through your breath? Pay attention to your body temperature and check, can we influence your blood circulation? As you feel your breathing, I'd like you to pay attention to the airflow as it comes into your nose and as it leaves your nose. And I'd like you to start slowing down the speed of the air as it enters and leaves your nostrils. Not to hold the breath, not to freeze your breathing, but to gently soften the breath, to slow it down, and to slow down your breathing to the point that you feel that you're not getting enough air. Can you slow down your breathing to the point that you feel you would like to take in a bigger breath? So you're following the airflow coming into your nose, you're following the airflow leaving your nose, and you're deliberately just gently softening it and slowing it down. But to slow it down to the point that you'd like to take in more air. It shouldn't be stressful. It should feel the same as if you're going for a light walk. And as you slow down your breathing, carbon dioxide gently accumulates in the blood. So I'd like you to also think of harnessing nitric oxide in the nasal cavity. The lighter you breathe through your nose, the higher the concentration of nitric oxide that you bring into your lungs. To breathe so lightly, so quiet, so calm, and so soft.
Another thing that helps us to breathe is to sing or hum. So let's try some humming right now. You can keep your hands, one in the middle of your chest near your heart and one above your navel. Now, when he speaks of diaphragmatic breathing, it's almost a non sequitur, I would say, if that's using the correct word, because the diaphragm has no lung tissue in it. What he and others who speak of this are referring to is the fact that the diaphragm moves when the lungs expand. So the lungs go in and out like a bellows, in and out, or out and in. And as they do that, they expand and they push the diaphragm down and out. So the diaphragm moves sort of up and then down and out. And if you're allowing your breath to come in deeply enough into the lungs, that's when you feel the diaphragm moving. And you'll be feeling your lower hand, the one that's above your navel, moving out and in with your breathing. So try that with me. Another thing you might notice is we have a habit, especially as we age, of tilting forward and curling into our bodies. And if you can imagine that whatever is in front of you, be it another person or a chair or a table, or if you're looking at this on a computer or a television, imagine that it is supporting you and sort of pushing you up and back. And so you have this support system in front of you, and now your body is in alignment. You can sort of feel the bones of your bottom, which are these little curved bones. We call them the sits bones because we sit on them. And that is what supports us in our chairs. If you were standing up, you would feel your feet. But those are sort of like the torso feet. And that's where you want to be connected to. If you're over too far, then you might be feeling the front of your thighs. So if you're feeling that, let yourself be supported by whatever's in front of you, and let yourself sit up, and then let yourself breathe. If it helps, you can watch the waves behind me and breathe in rhythm with them. Now, if you're at all feeling lightheaded, stop. You're stressing and breathing too hard. Just let it come in and out. Nature abhors a vacuum, they say. So you're never going to run out of air unless you're holding your breath. So not to hold your breath, just let it flow. And one of the ways we can let it flow is to hum. So let the air come in. And as you let it out, you can hum. It doesn't have to be the same note that I'm humming. Whatever note works for you. It's more comfortable. And you might be feeling some vibrations in your lips because you want to keep the space inside of your mouth nice and open, not to purse your lips. That just creates tension and defeats the purpose of everything we're doing today. So you want to have an open space in your mouth, allow the air to come in through your nose, and then as you're practicing the ending of your breathing exercise, listen to this beautiful harp music by Peter Helland. It's called The Old Tree. That's our breathing exercises for today. And one other thing that I might give you to do until we meet again is to keep practicing your humming and your alternate nasal breathing and sitting up as if you're being supported by whatever's in front of you. It's not to push back or lean back, just to be upright and free. That's it for today. Happy breathing. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.